What is up, my Strong Heart crew? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a tutorial of how to fix an old ripped up squishy. I will be covering the two main problems that squishies commonly have, which are gouges and acrylic paint, which both happen to be on this squishy. If you use my tutorial, then please let me know if you ran into any issues. Firstly, let's take care of that acrylic paint. You'll want to use your nail to scrape it off because painting over that would leave crunchy spots in our squishy, which isn't good at all. So just peel or scrape that right on off. Next step, repairing the gouges. This squishy has two massive holes ripped in its head, and so we will need to replace the foam. Rip a big piece of foam out of an old unwanted squishy, and then in comes the fabric fusion. Use this tried and true fabric glue to seal the pieces together by spreading some of it around in the gouge with your finger or a popsicle stick. Then place a piece of foam over top of the gouge and use a rubber band to seal them together. Now remember that it's good to use a really big chunk of foam to do this because it will make some of the future steps easier. Let this dry for 2 to 3 hours. When it's dried, take a small pair of precision scissors and trim down on the chunk of foam until it's at the same level as the head. No higher, no lower. You have to be careful when you do this, and keep in mind you can always trim more, so start slow. Now that that's done, enter puffy paint. You can use Make Fabric Paint or Tulip Slick Paint, but today I will be using IDIY. Then, like the fabric glue, spread it on over the exposed foam with your finger or a popsicle stick. Make sure to feather out the edges with a paintbrush to blend your puffy paint into the rest of the squishy. Keep in mind that the colors you use don't matter. Don't fret if it looks ugly because you will be painting over all of this eventually. Although you should try to use lighter colors so they don't show through your eventual paint job that you'll do. I'm repeating this process all over again on the other gouge, and I'm using orange because the pink ran out. Okay, so now I've done many more coats of puffy paint off camera, but you know how to use it by now, so it doesn't feel necessary to film it. As for this tiny gouge right here, it's small enough that it doesn't need any extra foam, so I'm just filling that up with puffy paint. I'm doing the same thing for this other one here on the booty, and now we're going to cover it up with white paint. This is such a refreshing step because we get to cover up that hot mess and start fresh. Here is the fixed squishy. Obviously it's not decorated yet, but this video is a tutorial for fixing, and you can just paint the squishy any way you want afterwards. Maybe next time I'll decorate this squishy, but until then, I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Sure, it's pretty lumpy, but if you consider the size of those gouges, that was a feat. But most gouges on squishies typically aren't that big, so take care of your squishies, people. You can only smooth it out to a point. Side note, thanks so much for 200 subs. I will be doing a celebration video for that next week with new subscriber shoutouts, so be sure to show up for that party. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!